As you would have, you had set out earlier in your keynote speech, yeah? You said that this year we are celebrating the 10 years of the report by the Royal Commission, yeah? And 10 years ago, also, the Bar Council, upon the issuance of that report, we had joined the call for the establishment of IPCMC. And then 10 years later, yeah, now here we are again renewing that call for the setting up of IPCMC. Why, after 10 years, are we renewing that call? Stephen?
No, I think it's not, it would seem that for the past 10 years we've been asleep. Okay? That's not true. I think, and I had the benefit of actually looking at the number of press statements we've issued. With every custodial death in the past 10 years, the bar has issued a press statement, has gone public, each time telling the government that we need the IPCMC. If you want to stop this, and if you want to weed out the persons in the police force, the so-called black hats, then you need the IPCMC. And our message has always been very consistent. We've told the police that the IPCMC, and we've told government, the IPCMC is not intended to be an attack on the police. It is meant to strengthen the police force. Inasmuch as it gives an avenue for persons, as I mentioned earlier, with grievances to come before the IPCMC and have their grievance heard, it also is a platform for the police to use this independent external mechanism to defend themselves against frivolous complaints, and by that engendering public confidence in them. Public take confidence in the fact that an independent body has exonerated the police, as opposed to something that's internal that says, yes, nothing has happened. So that has been the focus of it. And look at what has happened, what I just mentioned, whether it's the 1MDB investigations interference, or now the SOSMA. If you had the IPCMC and persons could bring that, a lot of things can be clarified. A lot of things will come to light. So ours has been a sustained, consistent campaign. 10 years later, we have not grown tired of this, and we'll carry on. We are not happy with the EAIC. It's a bit more active today. It is doing something, but let's not forget, at the end of the day, the EAIC will only make a recommendation. The IPCMC can go for it.
I think this is the ninth IPCMC forum that we've had throughout Malaysia, and I've spoken a number of them. Let me give you my take. Far from public disinterestedness, it's the other way around. We've actually had many members of the public come for this public forum, all right, and ask questions, state their concerns. So that's very encouraging. What does that mean? It means that our rakyat, the public, they want a 21st century police force. We do not want to be in the dark ages. Right? We do not want to have a police force that everybody categorizes, sometimes unfairly, as oppressors. We do not want that. We are tired of that. The public want to work with the police. The public want to tell the police that when you have something like this, it's good for you. It's good for you, it's good for me. It's good for the country. So you need to move away from this siege mentality that these structures are being put in place so that you can be weakened, but start looking at it as a structure, an oversight mechanism that will make you stronger. And if you're stronger, we are better. If you're stronger, we are safer. That's what the public wants. And that's the message that we want to carry. Now, if I have one regret about this entire the series of forums that we've had, we've invited the police for all of them. We've invited, and in one of the forums in Ipoh, the police, the chief commissioner came. I forget his name. I know it was just before the Bersih rally because I went and took him aside and I took him to task about using the tasers. I said, don't you dare try to use a taser. And he explained, he said, no, we will not do that. All right, I said, and it was clarified after. And you know what he said after we finished the whole thing? He asked me, can I have your speech? And it was a hard-hitting speech, because I really loved you just now. You know, I criticized the IGP and all that. He said, let me have your speech. Because there's a lot of things in there, and I think that's what we mentioned. There are a lot of good people in the police force. And I told the forum, and I'll repeat that here, we cannot be just preaching to the converteds. We must take this message to the heartland of the police, if you like, right? To the grassroots of the police, if you like, and talk to them. At the moment, I think it is stuck at some top level, and it's not filtering down. And the top is saying, don't you dare agree to this, don't you dare listen to this is bad for you. It will destroy you as a force. We need to go down to the grassroots and explain to them, engage with them, take their criticism, make it a debate, talk to them, agree to disagree. It's a process. That's how change is going to come. And the bar will do that. We are quite happy to engage with the police. I'll go on record on that. We are quite happy to sit with the police and go through this whole thing and try to convince them that this is good for the country. Right. Thank you very much for your support.